All right. Hey guys. Welcome to the finale of the Duel Monsters section of the Yu-Gi-Oh project. So, a couple of things to note before I really get started here as I turn my monitor off. Uh you might have noticed we had one last setup change just before the end. And just had to sneak one last little change. Now, for the record, that wasn't originally going to happen. Originally, I believe my original idea was that I was just going to be done with this project because I had actually recorded a finale, but it was long, it was rambling, and it was stupid. I didn't really care about it being long. I cared about it being rambling and just I was stumbling over my words constantly. It was terrible. So I just scrapped it and said fuck it. I needed to redo initially this was just going to be me redoing just the top and bottom duels. No. Scrap the whole thing, go from start over from scratch. Well, at least as far as the finale goes, right? Right. So, what I'm going to do, what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and just give you guys a rundown of the different, give you guys kind of a rundown of the different arcs. The season. I'm going to rank the arcs. I'm going to rank the seasons. And then I'm going to kind of just give you a quick rundown of each of the episodes of each of the things that we covered to just kind of give you a nice little refresher slash review of each episode as we go. Also, yes, I shaved, so I look a little more clean shaven than I did uh, in the other thing. So here we go. Oh, so uh, note that the arcs that I am doing, that I am what I'm counting as arcs are Duelist Kingdom, just Duelist Kingdom, just the 40 episodes 1 through 40 for Duelist Kingdom. Battle City and Alcatraz, that's the entirety of season 2, and then that's Return to Battle City up to One for the Road. It's either One for the Road. No, it's Looking Back and Looking Forward and Looking Back. Heck, I think it's the name of the episode. It's the second clip show. It's the second clip show. That's where that ends because that's the end of season 3. The virtual world arc, which is of course a virtual nightmare through to burying the past, which is great. Doma, which is of course the entirety of season 4, all 40 episodes of season 4. The KC Grand Prix, which is the first 14 episodes of season 5, and then Millennium World, which is the last 25, 26 episodes of season 5. So, of the 6 major arcs of this show, the bottom of the barrel for me, try to be shocked, was the KC Grand Prix. The KC Grand Prix, oh jeez, the KC Grand Prix just did not work. It did not work. It had so many issues with its plot, with its characterization, and just the overall sense of the lack of tension. Siegfried von Schroeder is the most threat of the week any filler or anime filler arc villain has ever been, ever. He doesn't matter because he has no major impact on the story. And even when you sit back and think about his plan is just pants on head stupid. So, yeah. Now for the one that everybody's going to want to flay me alive for, Battle City. Yes, I am including Alcatraz Island on this one, aka the Battle City Finals. Look, season 2 is just a fucking shit show, and it drags Battle City down immensely for me. I know that's blasphemy to a lot of people because a lot of people really love Battle City and all of the epicness that Battle City represents. But the problem with Battle City is that Battle City just has way too many duels that I don't think matter at all. I have heard it said that you chop anything out of Battle City and you're losing good stuff. Like you're losing, like it wouldn't feel complete. I disagree entirely. You don't need my dueling a fucking in B movie actor, a fucking worse version of Jean Claude Van Damme than we have in real life. If if we don't need to duel that moron, we don't need Bones and his crew. Not really. We really didn't need Weevil being doing the whole playing with the parasite thing. I mean, we didn't need Joey going up against multiple fucking cheaters, and we sure as fuck did not need a fucking egotistical, evil fucking illusionist who wants to effectively turn his girlfriend into a sex doll that will but that who will he will well, let's not put too fine of a point on it because she's still a person, rape her. Ugh. Like, I'm sorry, there is multiple things about Battle City that honestly, if you just tweak them a little bit, it would make Battle City better, in my opinion. Battle City has not aged well, and this, although that could just be the jaded words of an asshat and of an asshole who has always hated Battle City, always thought Battle City sucked. And now that I've seen the Japanese version, yeah, no, I can say it sucks in two different versions. Coming in fourth place, Doma. Doma is another one of those celebrated arcs that it really just does not feel good to watch. Doma is one of those arcs that just it feels like it wants to philosophically challenge the heroes, but it doesn't understand what the philosophical debate that it's trying to have is even all about. It's trying to say that there is darkness in everyone's hearts. So why the hell is there an evil magic circle that literally fucks over people over by corrupting them? I'm sorry, but the Orichalcos is borderline mind control. Oh, never mind which is not helped, which is which is hindered immensely. There we go. Which is hindered immensely by the fact that every single person we see activate the seal of Orichalcos, who's all act like assholes the second they play it. Hey, hey, Alistair, Alistair, or Tem, him, Hell, even Raphael falls into this fucking trap. The only one who doesn't is Valen, and that's just because he's an egotistical dick, regardless of whether or not that the seal's powering him. Ugh. Moving on. Taking the bronze medal, Virtual World. Virtual World is one of those arcs that I honestly think is really, really good. It has a lot of good back and forth. I love the deckmaster system, as I've always found it to be a rich concept. And with one clunky rant view in there, I actually think it's a solid arc for the most part. Definitely, definitely worth its salt. Taking the silver medal, it'll Duelist Kingdom. I've always loved Duelist Kingdom, and while some say that the lack of cohesion with the rules kind of hinders it, I disagree. I like that it's D&D for the most part because again, it was coming out at a time when the game was still in its infancy. And honestly, I kind of prefer it that way because it allows the game to be more creative. even if it does lead to morons claiming that it's him cheats. And taking the gold medal, try to be shocked, the Millennium World arc. I was shocked that the ancient Egypt stuff was actually it was actually as good as it was. Don't get me wrong, I've heard it's just as good in the manga, and I kind of want to read. And one of these days I will sit down and I will read the Millennium World arc in the manga. But honestly, I thought the anime kind of played it well. It honestly it doesn't feel like there's stuff missing until you really think about it in hindsight and say, "Oh yeah, there's this and this missing." But otherwise, is unless you're either A, directly comparing it to the manga, or B, just kind of thinking about it in hindsight, it's not really got too many holes, and it ends with, in my opinion, the best duel in the whole show, which helps. So there you go. So, now it's time to rank the seasons. Obviously, this is a top 5, so here we go. Coming in at number 5, season 2. Yeah, season 2 just didn't kind of do it for me overall. And was on it, and like I said, it's the part that drags Battle City down immensely. And I know that's blasphemous to say, because I know some people will say that, oh, Battle City is flawless. No, Battle City has a lot of bullshit in it, and frankly, it's got a lot of boring shit in it too. 4th place goes to season 4, the Doma arc. The Doma arc as a season, taking just the season into account, really doesn't work, because there's so many aspects of Doma that just fail on every level. And like I said, and as I said during the reviews, it felt like simultaneously that they were spinning their wheels and then rushing to the finish line. It's very weird in terms of pacing. Taking the bronze medal season-wise is season 3. Alcatraz Tower isn't dragged season 3 down as much as you might think, and it definitely works to its benefit. And also, the virtual world arc is one that I like, so there's that. Taking the silver medal for seasons is season 1. Admittedly, again, this is mostly due to Duelist Kingdom, though I will say that, yeah, some of the final 9 episodes of the season really do drag this one down quite a bit. I mean, we had our first rant view in those last 9 episodes of season 1, and it also, honestly, the other 2 multi-parters just didn't work as well, in my opinion. And then, of course, season 5 is in first place, basically for the same reasons as season 3. No, KC Grand Prix does not drag that one down. Good stuff. Now let's get into the individual episode scores and a brief overview of each episode. Heart of the Cards, the Exodia Duel. B rank episode, really good stuff. Good back and forth. Good solid foundation for the series, and honestly, I just kind of like it as a one and done duel. I kind of think the series would benefit more if it had more, one episode duels as opposed to the multitude of duels that took place over the course of multiple episodes. It's up to like 6 at a goddamn time, which was just freaking insane at times. Sometimes they would do this well, Match of the Millennium and The Dark One coming to mind immediately, but sometimes they would just have painful, agonizing failure where the diversions to other shit during the duel hindered the duel immensely. Looking at you, Clash in the Coliseum. Oh, and a duel with darts while we're on the subject, but we'll touch on those later. The Gauntlet is Throned, the videotape duel. This one was another good one, another B rank ink, but I think it's helped more by the dub kind of excising and giving us a different explanation instead of tape hypnotism. Not a fan of tape hypnotism, thanks. Journey to Duelist Kingdom, D rank. Not the best episode I've ever seen, but it's not the worst. It's just kind of a speed bump to get us to the island, to Duelist Kingdom Island, so that the Duelist Kingdom tournament can properly begin. Oh, and it's an introduction to to several of the characters, so that helps. The Weevil two-parter. This is, of course, Into the Hornet's Nest and Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. Weevil is good as an early agonist, and one that I kind of wish the series just stopped bringing back after a while. I know some people like that we keep fighting this this bug boy fucker. I don't. There's literally only 2 duels I have ever liked him in, and it's this and On the Wrong Track. So, go figure. First duel, E rank. Yeah, Joey and Mai really don't have any good duels against each other, in my opinion. Not one of them is even remotely interesting. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, multiple of their duels are actually in the bottom list of in the list of my worst duels. Yeah, 2 of them are, including the one in this episode. Ugh. Not a fan of this. Attack from the Deep, Yugi vs. Mako Tsunami, C rank. The Attack the Moon episode. It's okay. It's an average episode. Nothing to write home about. Everything's Relative. Mokuba wastes our time for an episode by dueling Yugi. By stealing star chips and dueling Yugi. Wait, why does he think that's gonna work? It's Yugi, and you stole some random dude's deck. You idiot. The Ghost Kaiba two-parter. Duel with a ghoul and give up the ghost. I love this two-parter, and I admit I love it even more in the dub. Mostly just because of Kaiba's sassy computer. That and Kaiba's pun. I've made it this far and I'm not going to blow it. Actually, yes I am. Moving on. Dueling Monkey and Trial by Red Eyes. This is, of course, Joey versus Rex Raptor, and then giving us some backstory on Mai. It's a D rank mostly because neither episode is that great. There's some fake drama in part 1, and then part 2 is just half of. It is kind of half an episode of dueling, and then the other half is just backstory stuff and shenanigans. So, yeah. Evil Spirit of the Ring, the cosplay duel, is an A rank. I love the cosplay duel. I always have. It's one of those things where it's just like it's one of the funnest kind of like I kind of wish there was more interesting like do something with it kind of zany wacky like random shit like this as opposed to anything else, you know? As opposed to just the standard fare, you know? The Panic Ring, fighting through intimidation and light at the end of the tunnel. I may be getting those names wrong, but it's the Panic two-parter. Harder. Yeah. B rank episode. I like Panic. He was an interesting one-off antagonist. Scars of Defeat. Joey fails to duel Kaiba because Kaiba's expert mode is not explained, and Joey just acts like a moron the whole time. Why? Arena of Lost Souls, C rank. Hank. Yeah, shield and sword coming in handy for the final hit is actually pretty cool. I like that. Good stuff. Ugh. Double Trouble Duel, the Labyrinth Duel. I love this one. I love this one for the most part, but overall, it is just kind of an average episode. Still a good duel, still an interesting concept. It's just too bad the episode, when you're actually watching the episode, it's not quite as exciting as the concept it kind of leads you to believe. Face Off E rank. This is the one that everybody's going to want my head on a platter for because, yeah, that's the rooftop duel between Yugi and Kaiba. I really don't like this duel, and I really don't like any of the story beats in this episode. I hate this duel so much that it's frankly irritating and not one that that I ever want to watch again. It sucks. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is cool, though. Shining Friendship, D rank. Teo versus Mai is not one of the better duels. In fact, I kind of think the duel outright sucks. But it still has a couple of interesting moments, and overall, I do like the message. It's just the episode isn't very great, all that great. Champion versus Creator, S rank. Kaiba going up against Toon World is just awesome. Even if Pegasus does have some cheap moves, it does show how difficult Toon World is to deal with. The Night Before, D rank. Not a fan of the investigation that goes nowhere, and it just kind of it just kind of feels almost pointless, My opinion. Dual Identity, C rank. Inc. Yeah. Mai versus Yugi is. It kind of depends on which episode you're watching. I think it sucks in the sub, and I think it's okay in the dub. So it kind of averages out to a C rank for me. Excuse me. Blackluster Soldier is awesome, though. Keith's Machinations, Joey versus Bandit Keith, A rank. I fucking love this duel. And I absolutely love the gag, the way Pegasus hand declares everything in the dub. Just the way Darren Dunstan delivers those lines is just awesome. Best of Friends, Best of Duelists, D rank. This was a pointless ass duel and one that I didn't think needed to happen. Also, fuck you both, Hanzu and Taya, for the fake drama. Ugh. Match of the Millennium, Yugi versus Pegasus, S rank. This is still one of my favorite duels of all time. This is still this is just epic. The back and forth, the mind shuffle strategy. The Magician of Black Chaos, us relinquished. It's all awesome stuff. Love it. Aftermath, yeah, the shoddy episode, B rank. An interesting dive into the lore of the heading. The Rebecca two-parter rant view. Yeah, that was our first rant view. Ugh, I hate Rebecca. Always have, always will. Moving on. Legendary Heroes D rank. I used to like the Legendary Heroes 3-parter, but it has definitely slipped in my opinion. There's not too many interesting things that happen during the 3-parter, and honestly, while I do kind of like the concept of an episode where a Tem doesn't show up until really late in the game, I just kind of felt like after that it just became box standard, and yeah, the whole nonsense, and it's just kind of annoyed me. Dungeon Dice Monsters, E rank. Duke Devlin is a dick, and I don't like dickish bullies. Meh. Moving on to Season 2 now. The Mystery Duelist. That is, of course, the mind-controlled bandit Keith. B rank. Good episode. I do like them having to get him out of the fire. That's cool. Better dubbed because Joey gets the idea rather than him kind of planting the idea in Joey's head somehow. The past is present, C rank. This is, of course, there's the episode where Kaiba has his visions, and Ishizu hands him Obelisk, the Tormentor. Enter. Enter. Not much to say there. Step It Out, E rank. An episode so boring and irritating that even my foot wanted the frickin' video on it to end after 15 minutes. I'm not even joking. Obelisk of the Tormentor, C rank. Kaiba tests out his new Egyptian god card and blows his computer up. Wait, what? That Jesus, Kaiba, that's risky as fuck. Look, you really are disrespectful to your blue eyes a lot, aren't you? Stalked by the rare hunters, D rank. Only saved from being even worse than it is by the fact that the dub actually cuts out an entire bit that character assassinates Jinochi. No, I'm never letting that go. Yugi versus the Exodia Rare Hunter, D rank. Not as good as I remember, and one that will definitely be skipped upon further rewatches of the series, if there are any, because it's not as good of a duel as I would have liked. And also, Season 1 shenanigans are not done with us yet, apparently. The ESP Duelist. I might be getting these screwed up, so forgive me if I am. The order on these, uh, but yeah, the ESP Duelist, Esperoba, E rank. I hate him. I hate Esperoba. In fact, I think ESP Duelist is actually after Yugi versus the Rare Hunter. But yeah, the Esperoba duel, E rank. I know some people are gonna want my head on a platter for that, but I don't care. You treat Joey like a moron. You have him up against another fucking cheater. Seriously, he literally in canon only ever goes up against non-cheaters. Heaters like fucking 3 times. I think. Yeah, because every other one can be seen as a form of cheating, including up to and including using fucking shadow games. Master Magicians, E rank. I mentioned earlier about this being one of the ones you could cut because we don't need a perverted asshole that Merrick is going to basically turn into a rapist. A role that the Japanese version Pandora accepts wholeheartedly. Playing with a parasite, same reason. Joey getting shat on. It's an E rank. Mime Control, the 5 God combo. Hell yeah! This is actually more of what I'm talking about. Let's ignore the fact that they called Osiris the Heaven Dragon, Slifer the Sky Dragon, and just focus on how awesome the battle against Osiris really is. Hell yeah. Legendary Fisherman, C rank. Average episode. It's a good duel between Joey and Mako, and hey, it's a duel that actually is enjoyable from Joey for once. Since we haven't seen that since Keith's Machinations. A statement I'm standing behind. Double Duel. That is the skyscraper duel against Loomis and Umbra. D rank. Not as good as I would have liked, mostly because Kaiba dismissing teamwork as pathetic and worthless doesn't work in the anime. In the manga, it works because of timelines. In the anime, it is hot fucking garbage and needs to die in a fire. The Rescue, E rank. It's a clip show. What do you want from me? It sucks. Friends to the End. This is, of course, the Anchor Duel. A rank, but only because of the sub. Watch this one subbed. You will thank me later. Fuck yeah. Shadow of a Duel, C rank. Yami Bakura plays with Bones and his crew. Because that totally needed an episode. Lights, camera, duel. Rant you. My is treated terribly because this is a misogynistic as fuck episode. Fuck this episode. Fuck the portrayal of Mai in it. Fuck this. Fuck the bullshit that is on display. Let the finals begin. C rank. Decent episode to kind of get us kind of set the stage for the Battle City finals, and I'm here for it. Here's another one that everybody's gonna want my head on a platter for. Or the Dark Spirit revealed. D rank. I don't much care for this episode. I find this episode to be kind of for the most part, and for the most part, I just kind of just do not like any of what this episode has to offer for all that much. The duel itself was good, though. I'll give you that. Rage of the Egyptian God Cards, the backstory of Pegasus creating the God Cards in the first place. C rank. Not a bad episode. Good exposition. Awakening of Evil, A rank. Joey versus Odeon is actually a much more enjoyable duel than I ever gave it credit for, and I'm gonna stand behind that wholeheartedly. Awesome stuff. Mind Game, rant view. Mai versus Merrick sucks. I do not get what people see in this fucking thing. Ugh. Fuck that episode. Duel of Destiny. This is, of course, there's Blue Eyes changing the future. It's a B rank. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey guys, Alex from the editing room. One last time for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. So I forgot about episode 95. Apparently, the Tomb Keeper's secret. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about this either, but it's embarrassing that I apparently forgot it in the frickin' uh, wrap up, especially considering I was doing all of them simultaneously. Like, you've been noticing the thumbnails that I've been doing dissolve transitions for. Tombkeeper's Secret is, it's okay at times, but what drags it down to E rank is the fact that it basically paints a giant bullseye on both uh, Ishizu and Odeon's forehead of "we are neglectful assholes," and I'm not too keen on that, if I am honest. Um, Otherwise, not a lot to say there, so I will pass it back to past Alex and let you continue. Showdown in the Shadows, C rank. Yeah, it's the villain versus villain duel is okay. Enough said. Moving on to season 3 now. A Virtual Nightmare, C rank. Hank. Dragged down by Seto, as in Seto Kaiba in the sub. Ugh. Isolated in Cyberspace, B rank. Good introduction to the Deckmaster system, in my opinion, properly, and I kind of like that Karibo leads to Yuki's victory in this one. Love it. Freeze play, D rank. Fuck the pedophile. El Penguin. Moving on. Courtroom chaos, C rank. Fuck the lawyer asshole. Moving on. Mechanical Mayhem, Rant View. This one surprised me. Tristan and Duke act like horny morons trying to get into Serenity's pants the whole fucking time, and it leads to bad dueling practices from both Tristan and Duke, which is somewhat understandable by Tristan because he is an amateur at the game. Duke, on the other hand, can officially eat my ass. Can eat the shit out of my ass because fuck off. How are you this fucking terrible? Terrible. Fuck that episode. Even if the St. Jones summoning was awesome as fuck. Settling the score. Kaiba versus Lecter. B rank. Finally, a Deckmaster duel other than Gansley that is worth watching, in my opinion. Noah's Secret, C rank. Wait, how did we not figure out who he was by this point? Ah, well, decent enough episode. Murder of the Big Five, A rank. Yugi and Joey's teamwork topple the Big Five. Fuck yeah, awesome. Brother in Arms. This is of course the Kaiba. This is of course the Kaiba half of the duel against Noah. D rank. Too many things with Noah's bullshit that just kind of make me groan every time I watch it. Noah's Final Threat. It's the final 2 episodes of the Noah duel where Yugi takes over. C rank. Good stuff, decent stuff. Honestly, what makes it work is the final triple White Lightning attack at the end. So close yet so far. D rank. We find out that Gozaburo has been behind everything this whole time. Go figure. Burying the Past, A rank. Well, at least we can say that the virtual world arc ended on a high note. It's just too bad that it's an ill-conceived arc because, god damn it, Kaiba overcoming both of the demons of his past, as in the form of Exodia and his stepfather. Oh, chef's kiss. Back to Battle City, E rank. Let's hit the magic reset button on Seto's character development, because why the fuck not? After all, the virtual world arc was technically filler. Fuck off. The Darkness Returns, D rank. Joey should have won that duel. I don't care what anybody says, Joey should have won that duel, damn it. Clash of the Colosseum, C rank. Joey's dream drags this down. It's a good duel between Yugi and Kaiba, make no mistake. I will never not claim that duel is awesome, but its interruptions are many and irritating. Battle for the Bronze, rant view. This duel isn't fucking important! Fuck Joey versus Kaiba. About round 2. Fuck this duel with a rusty cheese grater up its ass. The final face-off, S rank. The Battle City tournament ends on a high note. Hoot. Too bad Kaiba's his canon duels can't say the same, really. Really. Because in non-filler arcs, Kaiba's got no duels that are satisfying at all. One for the road, C rank. Alcatraz Island goes up in flames, as it should. It was looking back and moving ahead, excuse me. E rank. Another clip show. What do you want from me? Moving on to the Doma arc now. A New Evil, A rank. Garimo is an interesting first challenge of the Orichalcos, and one that I actually kind of like. Legend of the Dragons and The Creator Returns are both C ranks. They are basically exposition episodes and set up for their later stuff in the arc. Deja Duel, A rank. Elevated by the sub in this one, as honestly I think the episode works well in the sub, whereas it's kind of shit in the dub. Go figure. Unexpected Enemy is an E rank, and My Freaky Valentine is a fucking rant view. My should have never have gone to the dark side. Fuck all of that. My should never have joined the dark side, ever. I don't care how much cookies and cake they have, okay? Hey? I don't care how much. I don't care how how satisfying it is to give if Darts a voluptuous blowjob. She shouldn't have fucking done it in the first place. The challenge is an E rank, and Fate of the Pharaoh is of rant view. Fate of the Pharaoh in particular is honestly surprised me with how much I had to debate it being a rant view, but in the end, rant view status won out because I really fucking hate that episode. I really do. I fucking hate that three-parter. Always have, always will. Trial by Stone. Rex and Weevil join Doma because they're evil. Ugh. On the wrong track. A rank. Okay, this episode is awesome regardless of Berserker Soul. Oh, the Berserker Soul meme of draw Monster Cardo. No. No. It's awesome regardless, in my opinion. Self-Destruction, C rank, a pointless duel between Yugi and Atem. Ugh, fuck this episode. Reliving the Past, D rank. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Atem having to face the Yorikelko soldier. It kind of got boring after a while. Speaking of boring, Deck of Armor, E rank. Valen bodying Rebecca and Duke without the seal of Orichalcos is just pointless as far as I give a fuck. Flight of Fear, B rank. I kind of have grown to hate Imelda, and that's kind of what dragged this one down a little bit, but otherwise, enjoyable as hell. Good episode. Paradise Found, C rank. More exposition as we head towards the finale. Fighting for a Friend, A rank. Hank, the Joey versus Valen is awesome, and even Joey going up against Mai and finally breaking her free of the Orichalcos was pretty cool too. Too bad they completely ruin it by having the very next episode reveal that she got her soul taken by Raphael off screen. It should have been Mai in Atem versus Raphael, even if you did have to have my soul be taken during that duel. I would have at least been able to accept it. Speaking of which, grappling with a guardian, B rank. Atem did learn his lesson. I don't know what detractors are where detractors are coming from on that one. Never have, never will. A Duel with Darts, D rank. Too long and too irritating, and honestly, the effects are just not very well explained, in my opinion. Only salvaged by how the real Tamias the Knight of Destiny plays, is in my opinion. Rise of the Great Beast, E rank. One of my least favorite arcs in all of anime ends on a sour note, my opinion. Next up, season 5. Eve. Now let's get into it. Unwanted Guest, D rank. Yugi versus the Yugi versus the dual computer with the random boys deck. Good stuff, and one that I actually kind of like. I like the Heart of the Underdog Spirit Ryu combo, or Spirit Ryu if you prefer. Let the games begin, D rank. Hank, why the hell do they hide Grandpa's identity for so goddamn long? What the fuck is the point of that? No, seriously, what the fuck is the point of that? I'll tell you what the fucking point of it is. To waste our fucking time. Child's Play, E rank. Oh, God. Rebecca saved this one from Rant View. Screw Vivian. She is one of the worst characters of all time. She is literally just a whore. She doesn't care whose dick she gets wet. She, as long as it's either Yugi for the fame or Kaiba for the riches. Whore. Down in Flames, F rank. Worst episode involving Joey, I would argue. I didn't even have. Oh wow, I didn't even. Okay, worst episode with Joey in it. There, that focuses on Joey. There you go. That's how I'll put that. Well, no, yeah, I'll say worse than My Freaky Valentine. Fuck that. Fuck it all. It's worse than My Freaky Valentine. I mean, Yeah, I just said that. A Brawl in a Small Town, D rank. The Vivian duel is not very is kind of okay at best. And I will admit the dialogue in the dub kind of salvages that one a bit, but otherwise, it's just kind of okay. One Step Ahead, Kaiba versus Siegfried, A rank. Hell yeah, this is an awesome thing. I almost feel like I should give it an S rank, but I'm not going to because then I'd have to fiddle with the numbers again. And Sinister Secrets, B rank. Not a fan of Leon being the final opponent. And honestly, I just think it would have been more kind of poetic and cathartic if Joey was kind of dueling to save Kaiba Corp, or been dueling as a whole. Well, would have made the ending kind of hilarious. Hilarious when it was all for to realize it was all for naught. Tomb of the Nameless Pharaoh, the backstory involving Grandpa Moto, A rank. Really cool idea and one that I actually enjoy watching. Spiritual Awakening. This is of course Yami Bakura setting things up for the Ultimate Shadow game. Good stuff. Of A rank. Memoirs of a Pharaoh. Atem finally heads into the past. Past. Good stuff. Good stuff. B rank. The Intruder, the first multi-parter of the Millennium World arc, and it's actually a pretty good one. I really like this episode, and it leads to Makings of a Magician. Yami Bakura versus Mahad, the birth of the Dark Magician. Hell yeah, love this episode. S rank. I was surprised how much I enjoyed this one. Birth of the Blue Eyes, D rank. Inc. Disappointing as fuck. And apparently, we didn't even get an origin for the Blue Eyes. He's in the manga. It was just Kisara's spirit monster. Her Ka, if you will. Her Ba? Is it Ba or Ka? Ba! It's her Ba, sorry. It's just Kisara's Ba. And it kind of sucks. Village of Lost Souls, the creation of the Millennium Items, C rank. Inc. Gruesome episode. Ode. Very gruesome. Reversal of Fortune, C rank. I hate time rewind powers. I really do. In Search of a King, C rank. Inc. Well, now we need to go and find Atem again. And oh look, he's over there in a cave. Village of Vengeance, B rank. This is actually an epic confrontation with Yami Bakura, and one that I actually enjoy immensely. So, yeah. Name of the game. This is, of course, Akhenaten in taking control of Seto to face Atem. S rank. Love this episode. This episode is good. I don't care that the confrontation between Blue Eyes and Dark Magician was cut short. It was still awesome. Awesome. S rank. The Dark One Cometh, A rank. Great back and forth, both in terms of fighting Zork and in the duel between Yami Bakura and Yugi. Hell yeah. In the Name of the Pharaoh, C rank. Zork's finale isn't that great, but it isn't that bad either. It's just alright. The Final Journey, B rank. The last little speed bump before we get to the best finale, the best duel in the whole series, The Final Duel, which is an S rank. Hell yeah! Love of that final four-parter. It is so good. And then, of course, for the movies, Pyramid of Light was a rant view. God, I fucking hated that movie. It was so bad. It was terrible. Fuck that movie. Movie so hard. Ugh. And then DSOD, of course, was an S rank because DSOD was fucking awesome. Next up, it's time to rank. Trying to tell you my bottom 10 and my top 10 in duels. So, let's get started. You're going to see clips for this one. I'm going to chance using clips, but if it's just me talking, then you know that YouTube hated me using clips. So, there you go. Let's start with the bottom, starting at number 10. Mai versus Merrick, Mind Game. I was never a fan of this duel, and to have Mai kind of get screwed over in this manner just failed. It was so bad. It was so bad that it just didn't work for me. Every conceivable angle just I was not a fan of this duel, regardless of how I try to spin it. Coming in at number 9, Joey versus Mai, round 1 from First Duel. Oh, I don't like the aroma strategy. I just don't. Ugh, I've already discussed it, and I've already discussed that I'm not a fan of the episode in question, and the duel itself is just kind of there too. It kind of shits all over Joey in like all of the wrong ways, in my opinion. This one's gonna piss some people off because at number 8, Yugi versus Kaiba round 2, aka Face Off. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this duel because I kind of felt like it was poorly explained, and the manga just does it so much better, and it makes so much of everything to do with the duel make way more sense when you actually sit and think about it. Out it when you read the manga, but the anime just kind of sucks. Number 7, Taya vs. Mai from Shining Friendship. This duel is, if you take just the duel itself, it's boring, it's asinine, and it just doesn't work very well. I do like the symbolism of Mai choosing not to activate Harpy's Feather Duster at the end, but otherwise, it's just not that good of a duel. Number 6. Originally, I was going to go with Joey versus Mai round 2 from Legendary Heroes, but in this case, I have to go with Yugi versus Kaiba / Anubis from Pyramid of Light. Oh my god, this duel sucked. There were so many things that just did not work with this duel. Well, the back and forth was one-sided as hell. Hell, so much of Kaiba's strategy is just ridiculous, and frankly, it didn't feel like Kaiba getting what was owed. It just felt like Kaiba being an asshole because he was wanting to be an asshole. Well, ugh, fuck that duel. At number 5, we have Joey versus Seeker from Stalked by the Rare Hunters. Wow, Joey. Wow. That's all I gotta say to that. Your playing was super sloppy in that episode, and the worst part is you could have won. Ugh. Number 4, coming in at number 4, we have Duke, Tristan, and Serenity versus Nesbit. I've already said my piece uh, about Duke and Tristan acting like frickin' man children, but man, oh man, I really don't like Nesbit at all, and his dueling just seems dickish at best. I hate this episode, and I always really have. I just didn't think it was going to be Randy status until I got there. coming in at number 3, Yugi versus Atem round 1 from Self-Destruction. Action. Ugh, what a pointless fucking duel, and boring to boot. I get what they were going for with this thing, but it just sucked regardless, and it kind of undermines the final duel a little bit. Ugh. So, while I'm not willing to say Siegfried is the worst duel, involving Joey, the Siegfried duel itself didn't actually make it onto this top 10 worst list. What did make it here at number 2 was Joey versus My round 3 from My Freaky Valentine. Fuck this duel. Fuck this idea. Fuck this episode. I hate this duel with a burning passion. To hell with this duel and its bullshit. And coming in at number 1 is Joey vs. Kaiba round 1 from Scars of Defeat. Yeah, Battle for the Bronze wasn't even on here. No, Scars of Defeat was a much worse duel. It wasn't a worse episode, but it was definitely a worse duel. Joey plays like shit. Kaiba dominates way too much, and frankly, I absolutely hate this duel. It's dumb and such a pointless roadblock. However, now it's time to move on to the best, including some ones I did really have to remove, and it kind of irks me. I almost kind of want to do a top 10, but yeah. Also, yeah, no, Dark Aigami from D-Sod didn't make this list. And it didn't make either list, if you're wondering. So let's get to the 10 that did. Coming in at number 10, Yugi vs. Kaiba round 1 from Heart of the Cards. It's the Exodia duel. I know some people find this duel to be kind of boring outside of the Exodia point, but I kind of like the idea that Yugi did get some good hits in. The problem was that he was up against 3 Blue Eyes. Number 9, Yugi vs. Yami Bakura round 1, Evil Spirit of the Ring. I love Yami Bakura, and honestly, again, like I said, the cosplay duel is just fun, engaging, and honestly one of my favorite episodes of the show. Good stuff. Love it. Number 8, Yugi vs. Ghost Kaiba from the Ghost Kaiba 2-parter. Like I said, there's some this duel was just engaging and tense. There was a lot of really good moves from both sides of the board, and I really enjoyed this duel for the most part. Number 7, Joey vs. Bandit Keith from Keith's Machinations. I've already touched on this back when I talked about Keith's Machinations gave you Keith's Machinations a score, but it was just such a fun duel with great back and forth, and honestly, I absolutely love it. Number 6, Yugi vs. Merrick Final Face-Off. I love this duel, and I love how epic and just hard to take down the Winged Dragon of Rise. Love it. Great stuff. Number 5, Kaiba vs. Aigami from D-Sod. I mean, honestly, Future Alex, you might as well just play the only clip we need to show for this one.
But your monster can't use its abilities!
It's no monster. It's a god!
Yeah. Other than that, it's still a good duel regardless, and honestly, that's one of the things that DSOD excelled at. Speaking of which, coming in number four, Yugi without a Tem versus Aigami from DSOD. Love that duel. Love it. It's so good. It's so damn good. Ugh. Taking the bronze medal for my favorite duels in the show, Yugi versus Pegasus, match of the millennium. This is a really good duel, and like I said, I just love all the duel action in this one. There's a lot of great stuff in here, and one that I absolutely love. It's a duel that I can watch again and again and again. Taking the silver medal is Yugi versus Atem from Final Duel. I know some people probably expected me to put this one at number one, but let's face it, there is a Yugi duel that is actually at the top. So if you were upset that I didn't put Clash of the Colosseum at the top, well, that's because Clash of the Colosseum gets dethroned hard by my true number one. But Final Duel had some awesome moments in it, and honestly, I absolutely love the cliffhanger from part one.
Now what's Yugi gonna do?
Unbelievable!
He played all three Egyptian gods at once!
Yugi, the true test will now begin!
Love that cliffhanger. Always have, always will. Great stuff. And number one, Yugi without a Tem versus Kaiba in DSOD. What more can I say about that one? That is some of the best back and forth that Yugi and Kaiba have ever had, and honestly, it's so engaging that I absolutely love it. I eat it up every single time because it is that good of an episode, because it is that good of a movie and that good of a duel. Cool. Love it, love it, love it. As I turn my monitor back on. Wow, I actually got this down to just an hour. Whew. It helps that I was less rambly this time. I really was. I mean, I blasted through a lot of that stuff, but that's because I actually was more organized this time. DSOD is awesome. Awesome. And you know what? I kind of like some of the duels in here, but overall, yeah. I'm not as huge of a fan of Duel Monsters as I used to be, but it's still worth a watch, I would say, if you've never watched it before. That being said, I do actually have one announcement to make right here at the end of this project. On the off chance that you don't watch my VODs, I do need to make one announcement. I talked it up as if I wanted to go up to Zexel. Those plans have since changed, and obviously 5 years will do that. Over 5 years at this point. Right. But yeah, no, those plans have changed. We're gonna go to the end of 5Ds. We're still gonna do GX, but we're not gonna start GX right away. However, there is one thing I do want to do, and while I did kind of want to do it, while I did kind of want to do the original series first, I kind of want to do the one that I personally grew up with first of a particular franchise. So the next review project that's going to start going live might even start going live at the same time as GX, depending on when I get that stuff done. Well, it'll be this. Yep. Yep. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2003 series, will be the next. It will be the next series to do. The will be the next series we do. But until then, this is Blue Wolf Alex of the Lore Walkers signing out, anticipating seeing you guys with the green notebook that I don't have right beside me right now. And I will see you guys is either in TMNT 2K3 or in GX. I'm looking forward to GX. I'm wondering what I might think of GX. And yes, we're going to do the sub and the dub thing as per usual. I was planning to do that up to the end of 5Ds anyway, so that's why we're doing it that way. But that is it for me. Until next time, this is Blue Wolf Alex of the Lore Walkers signing out, closing out the Duel Monsters portion of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Project, and announcing to you all that the duel has finally reached its conclusion. Take care.